Hi, my name is Sankaran. I'm an associate lawyer with Stewart Sharma Harsanyi law firm in Calgary. Our law firm specializes in immigration, and today I'd like to speak with you about recent changes regarding study permits for foreign nationals in Canada. The study permit process has changed partly due to some concerns regarding the integrity of the program, and in part because study permits were often issued to individuals who were attending institutions of, how shall we say, less than reputable form and reputation. The government has moved to try to curb some of these problems by making some amendments. And one of the major amendments is that postgraduate work permits now will only be issued to individuals who attend designated learning institutions. What used to happen is that fly-by-night operations would advertise in foreign countries, advise individuals that if they come to Canada and study with them, they can get a diploma, then a postgraduate work permit, and be on path to permanent residence. Some of these institutions, again, did not really have the academic pedigree that the government was looking for the issuance of permits of this type. So what the government does is created a designated institution list, and you'll only be able to get a postgraduate work permit if you achieve some sort of credential from one of these institutions for a required length of time. And then only will you be able to get what's called a postgraduate work permit. So be very careful to ensure that if you're being offered admission to an institution in Canada, that it is included on this list. And please do that before paying exorbitant foreign student fees or laying down deposits for the same. Because what could happen is that you come to an institution, you find out it's not designated, and then you do your study permit, and then there's no postgraduate work permit afterwards, which usually is the selling point for credentials of this type from these types of institutions. Another change that's been made, and with our estimation is a very positive change, is that students studying at one of these institutions in Canada are now authorized to work based on their study permit itself. They do not require a specific work permit now authorizing them to work on campus or off campus during their period of study. The study permit itself authorizes students to work, and no other additional document is required. Another change that has been made is that the status of an individual with a study permit will expire 90 days after the completion of their studies. This means that regardless of what date of expiry you have on your study permit, it could be irrelevant depending on the date of the completion of your studies. And one byproduct of this change is that it essentially obligates someone who's here on a study permit to obtain or apply for their work permit well within that 90-day period, because otherwise their status in Canada will expire regardless of what's on their study permit, unless of course they obtain another study permit. It should also be noted that with respect to the changes, an individual who completes their full-time program of studies can start working on a full-time basis prior to being issued a postgraduate work permit. No further work permit is required. Thank you for watching this video. If you require information on this subject or any other matter, please feel free to contact our office. Thank you.